Today on Africa Cup of Nations Diaries, we're privileged to have with us BBC football reporter John Bennett. And obviously we're talking about the Africa Cup of Nations 2017. I'm sure you've been seeing the games on TV, you've been following the Black Stars. They are in the quarterfinals, just 2 matches in the group. They won against Uganda by a goal to nil, and also won against Mali, that awesome header from Captain Asamoah Gyan, becoming scoring his 8th Africa Cup of Nations goal, as well as his 49th goal. So he's just a goal away to score that 50th goal we are all waiting for Asamoah Gyan to have. John, thanks so much for joining.
It's great to be here. Great to meet you.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure you've been monitoring the tournament, although you got in some few days ago. What's been your observation so far about this year's Nations Cup?
Yeah, I've enjoyed the games, I've got to say. It's been enjoyable. Gabon going out will be interesting because it's the first time a host has gone out since 1994. What effect that's going to have on the tournament. I was here in 2012 and there was so much excitement here for Gabon. I haven't seen that recreated here. It was a good atmosphere for their final game against Cameroon. But the next day I went to the game involving Tunisia and Zimbabwe, 1,800 fans there, and it was like it was being played behind closed doors, so that was really disappointing. I hope there's still enthusiasm here. The good thing is that there does seem to be lots of fans from other nations, and so the noise inside the stadiums has still been good, so I just hope they can maintain this energy even though the hosts have gone out.
You're playing so well.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Euros. I was in France for the Euros, and teams you didn't expect to play well, like Iceland and Wales, who don't normally qualify, made a really good impression. And they all seem to have their day. Even Guinea-Bissau, had got that draw against Gabon in the first game, great moment for them. Zimbabwe drawing against Algeria. So there've been good moments for the smaller teams. I think it will be the usual suspects going through to the semi-finals. Algeria, of course, is a surprise that they've gone out. But I do think it will be the usual suspects in the semi-finals and the final. I think your boys Ghana, I've got to say I'm backing them. My prediction before the tournament was Ivory Coast.
But it looks like Ivory Coast might go out.
Yeah, I know, it looks like Ivory Coast. Yeah, we'll wait to see what happens with Ivory Coast. But Ghana, I really am confident about Ghana this year, I've got to say.
You mentioned Algeria with the reigning AFCON footballer of the year, Riyad Mahrez, and also Islam Slimani, and some great players. They still couldn't make it to the knockout stages. That must be very surprising. It
is surprising, but you've been to as many Cup of Nations as me. Sometimes you see a team that's a good collective unit does better than a team of individuals. So even though they got the individual stars like Mahrez and Slimani, they don't seem united at all. And we saw that in the World Cup qualifier, didn't we? Yeah. When they played against Nigeria, exactly. Their defence was all over the place, shocking defending, and that was their problem. Unfortunately, Bentaleb and Guardiola, the two midfielders, didn't have a good tournament. They weren't protecting the back four, and you compare them to Ghana, Wakaso and Partey. I think they are underrated, the way they protect that back four, and that is crucial in this tournament, to be tight at the back because the games are so close. So I think Algeria's defence was not good enough, and they didn't seem a unit as well. You compare them to another North African team as well, Tunisia, who sometimes have problems off the pitch, but they seem like a really strong group, and that takes you a long way, I think. You were in that game when Zambia defeated Ivory Coast in Libreville. Really going well for him? No, it's tough, isn't it? I mean, the Group C is a really tough group. I really like DR Congo. I hope they go far. Again, they're a squad who've got a really united group, and that takes you a long way if you've got an excellent team spirit. So it's such a difficult group to predict. Ivory Coast, I think they could be in a bit of trouble later. I really do. I like the look of their team, but Hervé Renard, having coached them, knows a lot about them. He knows their weaknesses, he knows their strengths, and he's such a canny operator. So it's a 50-50 call, but I'm kind of... Morocco possibly have the edge for me. Looking at the teams that have gone through to the knockout stages so far, you think they all deserve to be there? Yeah, I think so. I mean, the team I watched yesterday, Tunisia, I thought were very strong. Senegal have been excellent. Yeah. The good thing about them is that they're delivering. They're a bit like Algeria. They've got the stars, but they do seem to have a good coach. But even in that game, he made Sadio Mane was on the bench, as well as the other good players. All of them were on the bench, and he made 10 changes to that starting lineup. But look at the team he played. I mean, you got Moussa Sow. Moussa Sow is a top striker. Kara Mbodj, who I think is a very good centre back. Senegal have got a brilliant squad, and they've got that X-factor player as well, Sadio Mane, who you cannot question his commitment. Sometimes with the big times, did not look like he wanted to be here during this tournament. I don't know if that's true, but He didn't look like himself, whereas in 2012 he really bought into it. But Sadio Mane, I interviewed him last year for the BBC African Footballer of the Year when he was nominated. And he loves playing for Senegal. You know, his hero, El Hadj Diouf, he wants to recreate what happened in 2002. And to have an X-Factor player like that who's in great form is a massive plus for Senegal. So maybe it will be their year. I think Senegal or Ghana, for me, look really strong.
Let's talk about Group D, where Ghana is. Now Ghana, Uganda, Mali, Egypt. Just after the draw, most people said that because Ghana were in the same group with the 2018 World Cup qualifier and had drawn with Uganda at home, went away to play Egypt in Alexandria, lost by 2-0. Many predicted that Ghana wasn't going to make it out of this group, but with just 2 matches, they are there.
Yeah, it's a tough group, and I think Ghana fans should be happy. I know there's a lot of negativity around the team, and I understand why that is, because I was in Brazil. I was in Brasilia on that day when the money changed hands, and the most bizarre few days I think I've had covering football. First half of the second game. Things dipped in the second half, but you've got players like Asamoah Gyan who are fighting for fitness. Even Andre Ayew, I don't think is fully match fit. You've got Jordan Ayew who is finding a bit of form. I know he's another player who gets a lot of criticism in Ghana.
Especially in the first game.
Some of it justified. He's a very frustrating player, but I think there's a lot to be confident about. But I do like the midfield. I like the way the centre-backs are protected. I like the look of Ghana.
For a team like Uganda under Mitchell, who's doing so well on the continent, he's been here for 16 years and has worked so hard on the team. It must be very sad seeing them struggling at this.
Very hard, Uganda, to get here, and it's always going to be difficult for Uganda. But you know, they can be proud just to get here. I think Micho's an excellent coach. He's a bit of a character, isn't he? You see what he says on Twitter. I think Uganda will be back. They're doing, they've done okay. It was disappointing the way they lost the Egypt game. They deserve more out of that game.
You know, normally here on the continent, most people think that when you go for a junior tournament, that let's say the under-20, and you perform very well. We saw that with the Ghana team at the 2009 World Cup when the likes of Andrea Ayew, and we see all these players in the team. And the following tournament, which was in Angola, we saw most of the players in the Ghana team. Now look at Mali. Mali did very well at the last edition of the the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in New Zealand. Remember, they even eliminated Ghana. Now, looking at the players that played at the tournament, we only see 2 at this very tournament. You think that the progression wasn't that smooth, that they couldn't get some of the players from the under-20 level to the senior level, and now they are struggling?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. It helps so much. We talked about it a lot. It's almost the theme of the interview, but that unity, having players that play together for a long time. England has struggled with that. You're getting the players from England under 21 level to then follow up and do it in the national team, in the senior team. That really helps because you get to know playing with each other, you get to know each other. You have to live in each other's pockets for 4 weeks during a tournament. So I think that really helps if you've played a youth tournament together, then you play in a senior tournament. Mali are a decent side. I expected maybe a little bit more from them, but every group was tough. But Group D, I have to say, is one of the toughest in this tournament.
So you're for semi-finals. You've already mentioned Ghana.
Oh, can I pick it? I have to look at the draw, don't I? I don't know who's going to play each other. I'm going to say Tunisia will win against Burkina Faso. I'm going to say in the group, God, it's tough. Let me give you a final.
Okay, give me a final.
Ghana, Senegal.
Ghana, Senegal in the final. So that's John's prediction that Ghana, Senegal will make the final. What do you also say? Well, John, finally, before I take leave of you, this issue about the timing of the AFCON Cup of Nations, you mentioned Sadio Mane. Clubs in Europe sign players with huge amounts of money, and in this critical time, Jose Mourinho lost Eric Bailly, Leicester City, lost the likes of Riyad Mahrez, Slimani, Daniel Amate, and now they're really struggling in the EPL. You can mention same for clubs in Germany as well as Italy. You feel the timing of the AFCON of Nations is affecting the European leagues?
Massively affecting the European leagues and affecting the careers of African footballers as well. I think that's a worry. You speak to a lot of African footballers, going back afterwards is very tough because they're exhausted. And if they're a fringe player, it's okay for Sadio Mane, he'll get straight back in the team. But if they're a fringe player, they could not get back in the team, they don't get a contract at the end of the season, it's affecting their careers. So I do think it should move, but on the other hand, I don't like the idea of Europeans telling African football, telling people who run African football what to do. I don't like that idea. I don't think that should be done. So, you know, it's up to African football authorities what they do, but I do think that having it in January, February is harming the careers of African footballers, not the big stars, not the likes of Riyad Mahrez, Sadio Mane, but the fringe players playing maybe in the second division in France, you know, lower level Bundesliga, smaller leagues around Europe, because you know, it could affect whether they get their next contract if they're not in the team.
Thanks so much, John. It's been nice talking to you.
Great to meet you.
I hope we get to this some other time. So that was John Bennett, BBC, a football reporter with us on today's edition of the Africa Cup of Nations Diaries. Thanks so much for your time.
Train is moving, and this is Multimedia's coverage of Gabon 2017. We are here in the heart of Kotobabi, Wembley Park to be precise, where we are going to watch on as the Black Stars take on the Hawks of Mali. Can this be the Stars' second straight win after that opener against Uganda? In our first game, the Black Stars seek to be the second team after Senegal to qualify to the quarters with a game to spare. Wherever you are, join the train while we bring you the best in the coverage of AFCON in Gabon 2017.
Shake it for Africa, hey, do it for Africa. Oh, lele, mama, oh, shake it for Africa. Oh, yeah, rise up and stand up for Africa.
See the whole world be looking at us, yeah, cause our land is honey, all the future money, and see now, see I get you, no, I see Lali, see I Tandy Mali, they want it, yo. They need it, we have it, yes. Let the world come and taste this beautiful land. They want it, oh, they need it.
Sometimes you need to do this just to send a message to the opposing team that, hey, you are not going to take it lying down. So that's exactly what he did, and he probably might get a card for it. If he doesn't get a card, he would have gotten away with that.
Maybe referee Shoaib Algeria is not thinking about using cards now. Adam Grant right now is also a bit of protestation there by Adam Grant. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure he understands. Maybe worried about the fact the Black Stars that were not given the initial free kick. Mali Joe with the ball then. 12 minutes, 13 seconds played. At the edge of the penalty box of the Black Stars. Ball deep into the penalty box now. It was a good pass, but the Black Stars managed to tidy up a bit. Lovely ball now by Mubaraka Castle. Then we'll go to the left side. Very well. Andre Yu touching that and place it further forward. The Black Stars will have to concentrate in this. And with some 12.
Nelson Mandela, Lupita Nyong'o, Desmond Tutu, oh Barack Obama, Kwame Nkrumah, all my freedom fighters.
You know what time it is? Let's go! Come on! Africa, stand up. Everybody move, make a decision, hands up. We came a long way, so now we can't stop. Free for life, we're taking off the handcuff. We came to spread love through the sea breeze. Natural, Mama Africa, we need.
A warm welcome to the Wembley Park, and it's Ghana 1, Mali 0. This is the second game for the Stars, and then Ghana stands to be the second team to qualify to the quarterfinals. Your thoughts about the game?
We are so happy to watch the football as it was going on, and I'm so happy for Ghana to win. And I'm happy for Asamoah, that is my mentor. So I'm happy for him to score a goal. And
this is the second time. You think you are impressed with the Stars after our second game?
Yes, I'm very, very impressed. But you see, they have to watch the second half, the way they play. Sometimes when they come back, it's like they always become frustrated. So I'm pleading to them that they should continue and be strong in the second half. But one of my prayer is that all Ghanaians should be one for us to win the cup. That's my prayer.
So there you have a fun rallying support for the Stars. It's our second game and 6 points out of the group. We are on top. What do you think about this game?
It's a nice game, and moreover, at the first half we take our chances and we took the lead, but don't forget the Malians also are a better side, So the second half, they also proved stubborn, at least to equalize. So I think it's a nice game. Yeah.
You think that this kind of play will help us annex the trophy? You're impressed?
Pardon?
You think that this our kind of play will they help us when we should move out of the group?
Oh, sure. We will take the cup. Not to move out of the group, but we will take the cup.
I'm sure this performance will help.
Inshallah. Yeah.
Thank you. So we have some Ghanaian fans that are confident about the game so far. Boss, after 93 minutes, we are on top of Group D with 6 points. Are you impressed?
Yes, I'm really impressed with the way the Black Stars play today. And the goalkeeper did very well. Indeed, he did a Spider-Man.
You think it's a good game? If we should continue like this, can we bring the trophy home?
Of course we can. I'm really sure that we're going to bring the trophy back to Ghana.
That header from Asamajan, what do you make of it?
Very spectacular. It was on point. The crossing was very on point, and Asamajan did justice with it.
So thank you. So fans still impressed about the game so far. Ghana top Group D with some 6 points after the game. And so we are here with some fans at the Wembley pub. And then we ask, boss, good evening.
Fine evening.
We have won, but you don't look happy.
Yes, but Ghana second half, they don't play well. That's why I'm not happy. So
you are not convinced?
I'm not convinced, but I hope Ghana will do better next game.
It was an okay game. Not too impressive though, but it was okay. That's all.
So who would be your man of the match?
Achu.
So I hope that he'll be able to repeat what he did at the last AFCON.
Yeah, if he keeps up his game, I'm sure he can continue. He's a good player, so I think that's what he does. It's his game.
It's a general something I'm seeing. Ghana is winning, but it's not showing in the face of us.
Yeah, we've lost, I wouldn't say all hope in them, but as time, like throughout the times, they haven't really impressed us a lot. That's why you don't see the joy on our faces.
But for you, you are okay with the performance?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's enticing and it's worth watching that Ghana has won. But then, we wish the whole nation would be behind Ghana, but then it's not happening. It's something that the players should consider, that the winning bonus will be cut down so the Ghanaians will rally behind them. It's something that we are considering.
So you are positive Ghana will bring the cup?
Oh, I'm foreseeing that Ghana meeting Senegal at the final. I'm seeing that Ghana winning.
So already you are predicting the Ghana-Senegal final?
Ghana meeting Senegal final at the final stage.
Ghana won 1-0.
Yeah, and I think they've done very well.
You are impressed with the way they play?
Yes, really, really impressed.
And who was your star of the game?
Pardon?
Who was your star, like your player of the game?
Dede Ayew.
Dede, what did he do that you think?
I just like the way he plays. You know, he's so romantic, and I like the way.
Wow, so you think that his play is romantic? That's why you want Dede Ayew? Oh, okay.
I like the way he plays ball. I like the way he is.
Can Ghana win the cup?
Yeah.
You are sure?
I'm sure. I'm very, very sure.
So this you're sure there? You are sure?
I'm very sure.
Coach, 1-0 Ghana Mali.
Yeah, I think Ghana Mali 1-0 is okay. We've won a game. But I think, sir, when you look at the game, we still have a few problems. Stamina deficiency, fitness is our problem. And I also share game, so I say we are tactically bankrupt and tactically blind. The other coaches have been able to vary the game, but it's a very game, you know.
So, I say, your first game, you know, say you're go on the first half, the second half, no, a month for, near the opponent, you say, your second half, no, they bit near.
We need to improve tactically on the substitutions, because there were 3 substitutions. So, if the guys are tired, you're doing around 60 minutes, you could bring on 3 strong men, at least to hold on the fight. But he waited for a while and did a change. I think time I changed me by then. So we'll still be sitting on tongues. And one thing is all the opponents in Africa psychologically are afraid of Ghana. So we go into the game and there's so much pressure on the opponent. So they are like stage fright on the opponent. So they are afraid. So second, they realize that it's possible. Then by then it's too late.
If we should meet a side like, let's say we progress and meet a side like Senegal, I feel that they have played very well in both halves. You think we are going to struggle?
Yeah, we'll struggle against Senegal. We're going to struggle against Congo, and even Cameroon. The other teams will struggle against them. For instance, Cote d'Ivoire and other teams, we will struggle against them.
Because you realize that throughout this tournament, one thing that has really worked is that coaches are able to vary their games, especially in the second half, and most games are won in the second half. But it looks like for Ghana, we are just static and doing the same thing so far in the two games.
Yeah, we are static because, like I said, our coach is tactically blind and tactically bankrupt, so he can't think. In the process of the game, he doesn't know what to do at the particular time. So I'm feeling that, if possible, he has to wake up. He has to wake up and vary the game. So it's still going to be difficult, but we'll be limping on one leg and we'll be going forward.
Egypt beat us 2-0 in our World Cup qualifier. They are next. What do we expect?
Yeah, today Egypt finished today's game. Definitely Egypt-Ghana is going to be a very difficult game, and they would like to prove a point. So it looked like if somebody will beat us for first time, it's going to be Egypt. But there's pressure on them now. They want to finish Uganda before they concentrate on Ghana.
Yeah, it was a wonderful game, and I believe now the Ghanaians are gearing into the tournament, and I believe we are going to win the tournament.
You're impressed with the two games so far?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the game so far they've played. I believe with a small touch-up that the coach will do, Ghana will win the cup.
Asamoah stepped up and led by example. What do you make of his goal?
For his goal was a wonderful goal. I think he took up the opportunity and he equalized for the Black Star. And I believe he needs to pull up a little. I mean, it seems the strength is going down, but I believe the next game that we play is going to do very well.
We face Egypt in our last group game. What do you foresee? Should we do right?
It's a win for Ghana.
You are sure?
Yeah, it's sure. It's a win.
The Black Stars of Ghana made it 2 wins out of 2 games in the ongoing African Cup of Nations at Gabon. And it was none other but the captain of the side, the man that is hoping to make its century's appearance if Ghana should make it to the qualifier, with a 49th goal for the Black Stars of Ghana. Captain Asamoah led by example and gave a stunning header that gave the Black Stars the lead in that game against Mali. So Ghana is the second country to qualify with a game to spare to the quarterfinals. And here at Wembley Pub, we brought you the road show of the multimedia coverage of AFCON 2017. We'll meet again when Ghana come face to face with Egypt.
And when we are taking that 2-0 lead in a you thought Ghana was winning the penalty shootout and eventually was going to be crowned champions.
Yeah, I did, but I've been in football quite a long time, so I knew anything could happen. Just try to get over that line and that, but hopefully we learn from that and move on to this AFCON.
But how was it? Can you take me through the feeling when you were at the bench with Avram Grant and the players when we are taking that 2-0 lead and you guys thought that was it?
Listen, obviously I played football a long time and I can't sum up the feeling what I had after that. I was so hurt and it hurt for like months on end.
Fast forward, now we are the 2017 Africa of Nations and we are all praying that we'll win, and as we speak now, we've qualified to the next stage of the competition. First of all, your general view about this year's tournament?
General view, we're coming with a goal of qualifying, and it's gone better than the last time we come to the AFCON, where we lost our first game in the 94th minute, which hurt, and everyone thought that we was out. But this one, we've acquitted ourselves really well and qualified, and hopefully we'll go into tomorrow's game and set another marker and beat Egypt.
How important is it to have, first qualified with a match to spare for the technical team and yourself?
Obviously, we can now look at things, I think, and maybe give minutes to players what haven't played and make sure that they're up to speed.
But obviously for us, football is all about winning and all about getting the 3 points, especially in a tournament situation like this. Some have said that the fitness of the problem is a problem. Is that what you see?
I don't see that, and people have got to realise that a lot of the players what are here now hadn't been playing for their clubs before they came here. So you only get a limited amount of time to work with them before you come to the tournament. And no matter how much fitness work you do, it's not the same as games. But I know this team are getting stronger and stronger, as the tournament goes on, and hopefully we peak at the right time.
What would it mean to you yourself, Jimmy Lawrence, if Ghana is able to win this year's tournament?
Listen, it means the world to me, and that, you know, put Ghana on the map, and that put yourself on the map, and put Ghana haven't won it for what, 35 years now, yeah? It'll be a part of history.
And being with the Black Stars, I'm sure it's one great feeling to be with this crop of players.
Listen, I love being with the Black Stars, and that the players, they work so hard, they're winners, and they make you feel so welcome.
What do you think you've done to transform this team, or what do you think has been your contribution to whatever we are seeing in this Black Stars team?
Listen, obviously I'm a specialist at fitness and that, but I think why the boys buy into me is because I've played the game and I can explain what I'm doing, and they take it on board when I tell them certain things.
We've seen you bond with the players so well, how they relate to you on the pitch, especially during your training sessions. I've never seen you dance normally when they talk on the dance.
Give me a few guineas and you'll see me dancing everywhere.
So you need some guineas before you will dance?
Yeah, listen, when I'm at work and that, I'm very serious. But outside of it, I do have fun, trust me.
Are you a good dancer?
Well, we have to see about that, innit? Jamaican parentage, yeah?
Oh, okay,
dancing all over Ghana.
Wow. Okay, then I pray we win. So I'll see, Jimmy dance. But on a more serious note, I mean, we've talked about fitness, your relationship with the players. How about the technical team? Avram is a great guy.
Yeah.
He's done so well. He brought you and Gerald News in the last edition of the tournament.
Yeah.
What do you make of his leadership role?
That's got to be the hardest job in the world, to be a manager and knit everything together, not just your players but your technical staff and all that, and I think he's doing a fantastic job.
What do you think are some of the things as Ghanaians we can learn from somebody like Avram?
Well, obviously leadership, man management with the players and that, and organisation.
If you were to be a member of the Football Association, and let's say after Avram's contract, after this year's AFCON of Nations, would you suggest that Avram stays as Ghana coach?
Of course I would, because he bought me and then he bought Gerard, and of course I would suggest that he stays. You know? Especially if he wins it, they ain't got no choice really.
And for you as well, would you love to always work with Ghana? Because we've seen the passion that comes with working with Ghana. We've seen your relationship with the players and everybody around the team. Even as journalists, you have a good relationship with us.
Listen, I love working for Ghana, and I love working with this set of players and that, because they are really professional, and I think they've got so much ability. Just getting over that line now.
You play as well with the players on the pitch.
Yeah.
Is it something that probably maybe one day you still would want to play football, or for you it's just
No, listen, the job I do now, I can't play football because I play in England. I play for a vet side, and we are actually the champions of England. We won the double last year. So when I go back, I've got a game and that, but I can't go full time into playing football anymore. But I will be boxing in June. I will be fighting in June the 10th. Yeah.
Oh, you're a boxer as well. Tell us about that.
No, I've always boxed when I was playing football and that. But I had a fight last year. Now I've got another one in June.
Oh, so you managed to combine football as well as boxing?
Yeah, when I'm at home and that, I train boxers and I train footballers. I train loads of people back at home.
How difficult it is combining the two sports?
Boxing's harder than football, let me tell you that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot harder.
Take me through it.
Listen, you're going in the ring to get punched in your face regular, so the training has to be more rigorous.
It's amazing, because I think this is the first time I'm hearing something like this. I don't know if Nathan, you've ever heard anybody play football and box as well. This is amazing. How are you able to do that?
No, I've got a few friends who actually, they've played professional football and now they're boxers.
Okay,
in
so
England.
After football,
yeah, they're going to boxing.
But you're doing the two at the same time?
No, I'm not playing. I'm playing normal football.
Okay, normal.
Yeah, and I'm doing a little bit of boxing now.
Wow. It's been amazing talking to you. Thanks so much, Jimmy Lawrence. So that was Jimmy Lawrence. He is a physical trainer of the Black Stars, sharing some amazing thoughts with us, how his relationship with the team has been since he got onto the technical team, as well as the most revealing of the interview we've had with him. The other part of him, boxing, which is the other part of Jimmy Lawrence. It's been nice speaking to him, and obviously we'll bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. And my name is Benedict, so I'm sure you're enjoying our coverage of the 2017 AFCON Cup of Nations. And thanks to my cameraman, Modestus Zami. I'll see you.
It is the 31st edition of the AFCON Cup of Nations in Gabon. And like we promised, multimedia trust us for the best coverage. We are on the pub series and the bus stopped straight at the concert pub. We are here to watch the Black Stars of Ghana if they are going to be able to deliver to us 3 straight wins out of 3 group games like no one has done in any of the other groups. Here we are asking, is there a revenge, or are the Egyptians going to repeat what they did to us in that World Cup qualifier in Alexandria when they beat the Black Stars of Ghana by 2-0? Can Captain Asamoah Gyan lead his charges in that jersey for Ghana and score that 50th goal for us? We are here at the concert pub, and join us wherever you are, and let's enjoy the game between the Black Stars of Ghana and the Pharaohs of Egypt.
Oh, shake it for Africa. Hey, do it for Africa. Mama, oh, lele, mama. Oh, shake it for Africa. Oh, you rise up and stand up for Africa.
See the whole world be looking at us, yeah, cause our land is honey, all the future money, and see now, see Akijima, no, I see Lali, see Atsandi Mali, they want it, yo, they need it, man, we have it, yes, let the world come and taste this beautiful land, they want it, oh, they need it, yeah, we have it, let the world come and taste this beautiful land now.
I'm very disappointed. The last time we spoke, I said Ghana is going to win, but today we losing. It's heartbreaking.
But it doesn't change anything. We still call it.
At least we meeting DR Congo. DR Congo is a strong team, and our hopes on Sunday is very low. I'm quite disappointed. I'm quite highly disappointed.
Let's get together, let's hold hands and let us dance. Let's unite and give ourselves another chance.
Yes, I'm disappointed.
Why?
Because I was thinking that Ghana will win.
But we still qualified to the quarterfinal.
Oh, but yesterday I'm disappointed.
You think maybe Asamoah Gyan not playing the full 90 minutes caused this?
Yeah, he didn't do well, crap.
Yeah, not happy. But we have qualified, so don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very bad game today. We thought we'd qualified already, so we were just playing a lazy football. Tactically, the coach is very, very blind. And then he did nothing in the first half. And in the second half, he was trying to play good football with the ball, but nothing happened.
We were complaining in our first 2 games that we didn't have good second half.
Well, at least this one was better than the 2. So we hope that when you qualify to the next stage, you'll do better.
And it looks like he did 4 major changes to the lineup. You think that those who started the game did better?
Well, he has to do the changes because he took 23 players to AFCON, so he has to use all of them. He can't just sit down and just take money just like that. So at least it's better for some people to fit into the team.
So who made the squad today that impressed you?
Well, I think it was Tete. Yeah, he was just watching, but I think that's his first time, so I think he'll be better off when he's playing next time.
Gonna beat DR Congo.
Let's hope so.
So it ended 1-0 in favor of Egypt. Are you disappointed?
No, not really. I wasn't disappointed at all. I think they have done well. But what we are expecting from them, we didn't get it. But we still qualified, so we are okay with it.
With this performance, can we beat DR Congo?
Actually, I think there may be a change though. But all the guys are okay. Then just that some of them were tired and we need to change them. So we should just congratulate them with the great job they are doing now.
Were you impressed with those that started? You realize that in the first 2 games he made major changes today. Asamoah Gyan, for instance, had his first start for the Black Stars. Were you impressed with the new people that started today?
Okay, actually I didn't watch the first half though. I was late to come to watch the second one, so I'm okay with the second. Yeah.
definitely not the kind of result we all have expected. But the Black Stars of Ghana once again have fallen to the Pharaohs of Egypt. They were beaten by a goal courtesy and an excellent free kick executed by Mohamed Salah in the 11th minute of the game. The Black Stars of Ghana will face DRC in that quarterfinals game on Sunday, but it was all joy here at the concert pub as the train is moving cautious for that quarterfinals game.